Hey, Mia. We need to discuss a few things with each other. So first things first. I haven't been able to contact my son Caleb since yesterday. Nothing has happened with him, has it? He's normally very prompt in calling me or messaging me back, so what's going on with him?
Oh, hello, Annabelle. I suppose I better tell you that Caleb isn't feeling very well today. He's still asleep, so that's probably why he hasn't messaged you.
Wait, what? Is he sick? He was just fine yesterday when I was talking to him. Is he actually sick or just avoiding his mother? What am I supposed to do now? I've got something urgent that needs to be done, and I wanted Caleb to help me out. It's important that I get his help on this.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you, Annabelle. He's very much out for the count. I don't think he feels like moving today, so it's just not going to be possible.
Well, if he's not got any energy to move from his bed, then I'll just make my way over there by myself. I just would have appreciated his help.
Whoa, hold on just a minute, Annabelle. I think that you should stop coming to the house for a while. It's too much of a risk if you get sick.
What's going on exactly with Caleb, Mia? Aren't you going to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that you don't want your own mother-in-law in the house?
No, that's not it at all. Like I said, I don't think it's a good idea to have visitors because Caleb could have the flu or something. He really isn't well. It seems like most of the people at Caleb's work have contracted something like the flu. It makes me think that it's quite contagious. I think I'll be fine since I was vaccinated for this strain, but I was just wondering if you had your flu shots at all this year, because it seems like there are multiple strains of the flu going around this year.
Oh, no. I haven't been vaccinated for the flu. I didn't know if I really needed it this year. I didn't think it would get so bad this winter.
Well, since you've not gotten vaccinated, I think it's best to stop coming around here so that you don't get sick and that we don't spread it to other people. It seems that the client that Caleb worked for because he got sick have also passed it on to other people, so that's not great. It's not recommended to meet up right now.
Well, that's very annoying because things were planned out, and now because he's sick it's going to cause a bit of trouble. We had something planned today.
Oh, is that so? I never heard anything from Caleb about this. I guess it's probably not the best idea to go through with your plans today since he's sick.
Well, I did tell him to not say anything to you. We were supposed to go out for dinner after Caleb finished work for the day today.
But like I said before, he's caught something, so Caleb isn't in a good condition to go out right now, Annabelle.
Well, Caleb was supposed to treat my friend to dinner. I don't know what they'll say behind my back if I cancel this dinner all of a sudden.
But I'm sure that they'll understand that he's caught the flu virus and you can set up the dinner for another time, right? They'll take that into consideration, okay?
Well, you've got no idea what you're talking about, Mia, because that's not the type of person they are. Even when I tell them my son is a lawyer, they don't believe a word I say at all. That's why I'm in trouble if Caleb doesn't show up at this dinner tonight. It's very important that this all goes exactly to plan, Mia.
But Annabelle, my husband is not in a fit state to move. He's in quite a bit of pain and he has a fever. You know what the flu does to you. It knocks a person out. First of all, if he goes to this dinner and if he starts spreading the flu around, it can impact a lot of people. That's a huge problem for everyone, so that's not happening. So I'm sorry, but I would appreciate it if you would just cancel this appointment to meet today. It's not going to happen in Caleb's condition.
This is not great, Mia. Could you at least treat me to some food for all the trouble that this has caused? It's just not fair that this is happening today.
Huh? What are you talking about, Annabelle? You want someone else to take you out for dinner? I'm so confused. Look, Caleb can't meet you today. He's sick.
I'm meaning you, Mia. I'm coming over to get the money now. I'll come to the front door and you can hand it to me, all right?
Excuse me? You want me to take money out of Caleb's wallet because he's sick and this is inconveniencing you? Without him knowing? That's a big ask, Annabelle.
Well, shouldn't you be the one who should be saving money in case something like this happens? Just let Caleb give me money then, okay? I've just calculated how much I'll actually need. Could you just hand over about $500 to me, please? And then I'll be on my way.
Excuse me, how much were you wanting? You need $500 for a dinner? That's a bit of a crazy amount, no?
Yeah, and so what? I need that much. For one person to do a course at the restaurant, it's about $100. So that's how much I'm requesting, okay?
I guess he has a little bit of money left, but this is a bit ridiculous, Annabelle. I shouldn't be taking this much money from Caleb.
Look, I don't care. Just take the money out of Caleb's wallet, all right? It's the least he can do for me for bailing on this dinner. He'll be able to tell you right away, so it's fine. Even if he's sick and asleep, all you need to do is wake him up so he knows that you're giving the money to me, okay? Do that for me, please.
but it's still something that I don't feel comfortable doing. I don't understand why you need this much for a dinner. And who are you meeting? This is really dodgy.
Stop complaining about it, Mia. I'm already in a taxi on my way to your house now, so the money better be ready for me when I get there. Also, I'm sorry, but pay for the taxi as well. I'll get in touch with you when I'm close by, so then I can just jump out, get the money, and then leave again. So please, be waiting outside for me.
Look, this isn't going to work today. Please refrain from coming over here. There is too much for us to handle since Caleb's sick. Please understand that, Annabelle.
I've already told you that I'm in the taxi and I'll be there in a little while, okay? If you don't open the door for me, I'll keep pressing the intercom button until you do.
Look, there's no need for you to do that, all right? Fine. I guess I'll see you soon. I'll be waiting for your arrival.
Look, you should have been saying this from the beginning so that we wouldn't have any problems. I'm Caleb's mother, and I can do what I want. The only reason that you're able to live the way you do is because of the smart lawyer's son that I gave birth to. Make sure you listen to what I say.
Hi, Annabelle. I'm slightly confused over what I've received today. I got some bills that were addressed to you. What are these for, Annabelle?
Oh, that. I think it's a bill for something that I ordered online. Wow, all right. Could you be a dear and pay for it, please? Thank you.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? But I don't get why we should be the ones who have to pay for this when you're the one who bought it. I guess we can.
Yes. I'm not looking into all the details, but it was something that Caleb bought for me, and so he can pay for it. I think it's normal for a son to part out things for his mother.
Okay, but when I went and asked him about it earlier, he said he knows nothing about it, so it's a bit difficult for us to pay for your shopping expenses when we don't know about it.
Look, Caleb is a lawyer, right? He can pay for things immediately because he earns tens of thousands of dollars for his job. I don't see the problem in him parting out for my shopping.
Yeah, but the total purchase was about $1,200, Annabelle. Who spends that much money in one go? It doesn't make sense to me. It also doesn't make sense to Caleb either. I think that if anyone looked at the bill, they'd be surprised to receive something at that amount.
But it was only about $1,200, right? That's not that much in the big scheme of things. It's not like I'm buying branded items or anything, okay? I feel like that's not a surprising amount to spend on things at all, since inflation is so high these days. So I don't think there's any need to worry about it.
Annabelle, you do realize that I know that this isn't the first time that you're doing something like this, right? Did you think I'd blindly pay for something you bought?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What do you mean, my first time? I've got no idea what you're talking about, you silly woman. Stop making me confused.
Don't act like this, Annabelle. I know you've been making Caleb pay for the bills that you've run up before. This isn't a new thing to me. Money isn't infinite with us, okay? This is almost beyond a joke now. Could you please stop depending on my husband and pay for things yourself?
What on earth are you saying to me? It's my son's duty to help me out with payments like this, especially since he's a high-paid lawyer now. There's absolutely no reason for his wife to be complaining about this to me. I'm his mother, and I'll do what I like. Don't be so stupid, Mia.
I'm not complaining at all, Annabelle. It's a request that I'm asking. When we got married, our household finances have remained the same. However, I've noticed lately that a lot of Caleb's salary is going towards what you spend, Annabelle. He's not your piggy bank, okay? How is your allowance over $1,500 a month, huh? It's so much money that he's sending you, so I think from now on, I'd like for you to keep a record of any other expenses apart from the essentials you spend on written down.
Wow, are you kidding me? Is this the woman who married my son talking back to her own mother-in-law? I'm outraged.
No, that's not what I was doing at all. I'm just making requests for you to do so that we can make this an easier situation to handle.
Well, I don't intend on listening to your request. It's stupid and it doesn't need to be done. My son owes me since I raised him to succeed in life.
Well, if you actually just listen to what your son is saying to you, you'll understand that he can't make ends meet due to the mounting expenses you're wanting. If you can't afford the expenses yourself, then you need to please save up your own money until you can buy whatever you want. That is what a lot of people do.
No, Mia. You know, due to me and my ex-husband's circumstances, we had a divorce, and I was separated from Caleb. But once it was sorted, we were able to finally communicate with each other as we liked. Do you know what it does to a parent and child relationship when someone interferes when they want to communicate with each other, Mia?
Well, if we're on the topic of communication, you need to talk to him more about the expenses. Frankly speaking, I think that you're counting on my husband's money to pay for your lifestyle.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Do you seriously think I'm counting on my son's money? How dare you distort my son's favor to me like this? You need to break up with Caleb this instant. You're definitely not a good match for my kind and loving son anymore.
We're both married and happy with each other, so there's no way we're breaking up, Annabelle. Also, if you're going to rely on his money, it's best not to contact him for a while. Caleb has so much going on right now that he can't afford to waste time and money on your extravagant purchases. Please, just let him be for a while.
Why are you saying such incomprehensible things, Mia? There's no way that I'm going to obey your instructions. Next time you say something like this to me, you'll break up with Caleb. My son is looking after his mother's love. I'm the one who gave birth to him. You're just some stranger. Don't even think about asking me which person is more important here, okay?
Annabelle, what on earth is this photo that you sent me this evening for? I don't get why you're sending this to me.
Oh, that photo? I guess you're pretty curious as to why I sent it to you, huh?
Well, I guess I'm curious, yes, but it's more because I don't really understand why you're sending this to me. It's a photo of the interior of a condo, right? And then you said you'd be living there next month or something. Are you planning on marrying some new guy we don't know about, or what?
No, you silly girl. You're very much wrong about that. I bought the condo for myself. This is my one and only castle that I need in my life.
Hold on just a minute. What? You bought a condo? A condo for yourself? What on earth for? Why do you need a big condo when you live on your own?
Well, about the condo, I'm not quite paid for the entire deposit yet, but this is my dream home and I'm going to live in it.
Okay, but it makes me wonder where you got the money from to be able to buy this place, considering the little conversation we had last week.
Well, I borrowed the money for the deposit from various places. Even though my son said that he'd pay for it, I was told that I couldn't move forward with the contract unless I paid the deposit.
Now just hold on a second. Caleb is paying for the deposit? He actually told you that he would? Since when?
Yes. We've already talked it over and we agreed to it. My son's going to put a deposit down for me. For this luxury condo that I can't wait to live in.
I really think you're misunderstanding the entire situation with your son, Annabelle. I don't think he would have made a promise like that to you, okay?
My son is earning a lot of money and me saving money are two different things, all right, Mia? He's able to afford a condo, okay?
But how can he if we basically have nothing in our savings account because of you? We've got nothing. My husband has no money right now, Annabelle.
Huh? How can that be when my son's a lawyer, Mia? There's no way that you've got no savings. Is it because you don't like me taking it away from you? And that's why you're lying to me about how much money you really have in your bank account.
No, I'm telling the truth, Annabelle. My husband really doesn't have any savings. But yes, it's all because of your spending that he has no savings. He has no money left.
Why on earth are you turning around and saying it's my fault, you stupid girl? He should be giving me money after all the things I've done for him.
How much money did you make my husband spend on you, Annabelle? You don't remember anything about it, do you?
Oh, come on. I think we all know that it's not that much money, yes?
Well, when things accumulate, it becomes a mountain. I'm really disappointed in how you use your son for money. You bought a condo without saying anything to us, and you're making Caleb pay for it.
Well, there's something wrong with the daughter-in-law. She has to defend her husband from his own mother.
Oh, don't talk rubbish. There is something wrong with you, Annabelle. You harp on about how you were separated from your husband when Caleb was little, but you just use him now. I heard that your affair and the lack of childcare caused that divorce to happen, right? And yet now that Caleb's in your life, you're making him spend money on you. Please stop this nonsense at once.
Well, things happened, okay? There's never been a day that I haven't thought about Caleb. You don't know anything, so don't jump to conclusions.
Well, you do realize that Caleb isn't going to listen to a word you say anymore. He doesn't need you ripping him off like this, Annabelle.
No matter what you'll say or do, I'll make Caleb pay for this. I know his address and workplace, so don't bother avoiding me. I'll be living in that condo very soon. Hey, what's going on here? Where on earth are you both? When I went over to Caleb's office today, they told me that he had quit.
Yeah, that's right. He quit being at that law firm. It's too bad that you weren't able to meet up with him, Annabelle. Such a shame, actually.
That's right. What the heck is that supposed to mean? What's going on? I also went to the house and I pressed the intercom and no one answered. I can't get a hold of Caleb on his phone either. What the heck is going on here? Up until now, I've heard nothing, and you've taken so long to reply, Mia.
Okay, well, if you hadn't guessed already, Annabelle, Caleb has decided to cut all ties with you as he wants nothing to do with you and your schemes anymore.
Excuse me? What did you say to me? I blinked out on that message. He decided what? Why would he stop talking to me for?
I guess you didn't get the hint when he quit his job and we moved to a new place, huh? I thought that you'd be able to read between the lines, Annabelle. He doesn't want anything to do with you ever again, not after the way you've been treating him for the past few months or so. He's so over having a relationship with you.
Whoa, just hang on a minute there, okay? Please tell me where you both are right now. Please. I just want to meet up with Caleb so we can talk.
We're not telling you a single thing about where we live or what we do for a living now. He doesn't want to meet up with you, Annabelle. Don't you get that?
Are you kidding me right now? I'm his mother, for goodness sake. Are you brainwashing my son from having anything to do with me? I bet 100% that you are. Tell Caleb to reply to me immediately, you evil witch. You can't keep my son away from me. He's a grown man, but he still needs his mother.
If anyone here is an evil witch, it's you. Don't you think, Annabelle? It's all your fault since the beginning of his life. You left Caleb all alone with a high fever while you went and had your affair, didn't you, Annabelle? It was all your fault that Caleb was knocking on death's door, wasn't it? It was only when he became an adult and a lawyer that you approached him again, right? You've had this plan from the beginning, haven't you, Annabelle? You wanted his money, and you know how careless you are with it, so you begged him to pay for things, right?
That's absolutely not true at all. You've got no idea what I was going through, and I'm not careless with money. It's not my fault that I leave him alone at a young age.
I don't care what you say to get out of your responsibilities anymore, Annabelle. Everyone knows that this is your fault. We've got no intention of having a relationship with you anymore.
You don't understand my situation at all. I was so happy to be able to meet up with Caleb again after such a long time being apart. After getting divorced, things weren't going well for me. I was in a lot of financial hardship, and I didn't know where to get my money from. So of course I had no choice but to rely on Caleb for money and things like that.
You had no choice? Really? You're going to make some lame excuse so that you can get away with this? Did you not feel any guilt for taking his money, Annabelle? The only reason that Caleb gave you money in the first place was because he thought that it was going to be a one-time loan that you'd pay him back. But no, despite that, you continued to be careless about money and asked him for more. Once Caleb became reluctant to let you spend the money, you gave us all trouble for it. You do realize that you kept pushing Caleb into a corner so that he couldn't easily get out of paying you, right? It's all your fault that he had no savings for a long time.
Look, I didn't mean to corner him, okay? That wasn't my intention at all. But think about it. My kid is a lawyer, so of course he's going to have more money in his pocket than the average person. At least all he could do was give me a little bit of help. I thought that this wouldn't cause any trouble since he was helping out his poor mother.
As I told you the other day, Annabelle, he's got nothing in his savings account now because of you. But money wasn't the only reason that you were backing him into a corner, was it? You also emotionally and mentally hurt him by the fact that you were taking advantage of your position as a mother. Who does that to their own child? Caleb's currently suffering from a mental illness due to the stress that you're putting him under, and just your presence alone makes him tense. That's why he decided to quit the job he was in and run away, because he didn't want to be anywhere near you and didn't want to give you money anymore.
Okay, I get it. That's fine. He can just wire me the money from now on. But before that gets organized, I have to deal with the money for the condo.
Did you not hear a word I just said to you, Annabelle? He's got no money, and he doesn't intend of giving you anything anymore.
But how am I supposed to afford to pay for this condo if he's not going to help me out financially, Mia? Please, just make him give me the money. I'll pay it back, I promise.
No way, I'm not going to do that to him. He is stressed enough without you telling him to hand over money. You've got a huge spending problem, and you need to sort it out on your own.
But I need my son. I need the money. Please, you both got to help me out here. You're not going to make me live on the streets, are you? Tell Caleb I need him.
You don't need him. You only need his money. He doesn't want or need his mother creating this sort of stress and tension in his life. Leave him alone or I'll involve the authorities. I'm going to block you now. I am done talking to a woman that has no idea the damage that they've done to their own child. You deal with your own finances from now on, Annabelle. After Mia ended the conversation with her mother-in-law, Annabelle canceled her purchase of the condo that she so desperately wanted to live in and apparently never got the deposit back. Annabelle was left with only the debt she had from borrowing money for the deposit. Mia and Caleb never send any money to her, so they've got no idea where she's living. Since living in the United States can have its ups and downs, she might be dealing with a few problems. With Annabelle's personality, I don't think people will stick by her, so she's probably got no one to rely on. They don't care what happens to her, but they hope to never see her again. Now that Caleb and Mia have moved, his health improved and he's recently been able to do a lot of housework. After his parents divorced, his dad took him in and they ended up living at his grandparents' house. He didn't have the happiest childhood and he had many things to think about when he reunited with Annabelle. Despite that, Annabelle continued to force Caleb to pay her out of his own pocket and tormented him mentally because of it. They think it's okay now to just ignore people when they ask them for money now. It seems that what you experience as a child can't be so easily dismissed when they become an adult. Once you live that trauma, it can stay inside your mind and make you feel so much worse about life. Caleb didn't want that anymore, so he cut his mother off from her. Mia continues to support her husband with the treatment he's receiving. She hopes they can experience more happiness together than ever before. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.